All right. So the first thing is, hope you remember what we have taught on the previous session, and I have given a small work for you to know what is an HTML is and come back on that. So is everyone gone through with that? I think everyone can unmute. So you remember last session what I said is like, if you people don't talk, I have to take a video session on that, so that I wanted things has to be happen in a better communicate way. So I believe you people would have gone through HTML and you would have read what is an HTML is. I have raised two questions to you people: what is an HTML is, and why we say it's not a programming language, and what is the reason behind. So is anyone to volunteer and give an answer on that before I could get started on the HTML coding part? Whatever it may be, need not to bother or need not to worry whether it's a right answer or a wrong answer. I'm sorry, is my voice is audible? Are you able to hear my voice? Guys?
Yes, sir, we could hear you.
Awesome. So, anyone wants to take an initiative and give an answer on that? Or you people didn't gone through with that? What is that answer is? Let's be frank.
Hi, Srinath. This is Navin.
Hey, Navin. Morning.
Yes. Morning. Actually, the HTML is a standard mockup language. For creating web pages.
That's true, but my question is different, right? Last time what I've asked is like, I have.
It is not a programming language actually. It's a markup language, right?
Yeah, that's accepted, markup language. But my question is on why we say it's not a programming language. Why we say that it is a markup language. I even told you that we are going and instructing to the web page saying do this and do that. Then why we are not saying it's a programming language? Something is there, right? What is that?
Sir, because it lacks variables and conditional statements, sir. That's why it's called markup language, not a programming language.
You mean to say that it doesn't have any business logical behind, right?
Yeah.
So that we can apply that and say to the browser that you need to do a business logic and walk around and give me a result on that. Excellent. Okay. Anyone else?
It does not manipulate data. It only shows what we input.
It does not manipulate data in the sense, why is that it does not manipulate the data? Why?
In JavaScript, we can manipulate like using DOM manipulation, but in HTML, we can simply use to display what we need to.
What do you mean by manipulate, Yuvashree? What is that? Can you give an example? See, what you
can't change dynamically.
You can't change dynamically. Let's say if I have an input as a text and you giving an input to the text and that gets saved to your backend, and next time you come back and retrieve that particular text in text box, and it's an editable way, right? And you can go and change that value in the text box and you can update that. In that case, it's an editable one. It does a data manipulation as well.
Srinath, this is another point. It doesn't shows any programming logic like a if statement or else statement.
Yeah, that's truly that's true. Okay. To overcome that, that's what we use something a JavaScript or third party inside it, so that can.
Okay. Does this shows that it is different from programming language?
Yes, exactly. Yes. See, to give an exact answer for this is like, as I said you, a base language is a concept of C and C++. Hope you remember that you have gone through in your school days or college days. C is talks about the functions and C++ talks about its OOPS concept. It's nothing but your object-oriented programming concept, where you have a complete logic behind, and you do go and add that logics in your business logical way. And similarly, when it comes for a HTML, it has only the elements, variables, and tags inside it. That means it has only the skeleton part of it. It doesn't have the hardcore to write your business logics inside it. For example, I can go and make a template or a design for a web browser. But let's say if I have a text box or a button added to the HTML, and now I wanted to validate before I could go and click on the button. That is, if my text box, yes, Ranjini.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
It's like it can't evaluate math.
Your voice is down. Your voice is gone. I'm sorry. Can you come back?
Hello?
Yeah.
It can't evaluate math like math.
It can't evaluate like math. That's a logic. Yes. You're true, Ranjini. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. It can't evaluate the math. That is something called an algorithm. It can't do it. That's what I'm explaining. HTML is a pure element based, variable based, and it knows to create an outer layer of a skeleton. That is, when you see something called a Google web page or any of the browsers, it knows to create the design of it. It knows to create the skeleton of it. So inside the hardcore part is like, if you go and add something, a text box or a button to it, and post of that you are writing a code to that. For example, if you go and click a button saying like submit or login or whatever you wanted to do it, the logic has to be written either by using any of the language called JavaScript, Python, AngularJS, whatever you wanted to do. You have to use a third-party language to it and get that applied. We don't have anything, a conditional based or loop based concepts or OOPS based concept, object oriented concepts through the HTML. HTML is a pure a markup language which used to create only the skeleton of the web browsers. When I say skeleton, it's nothing but your templates. When I say templates, it's nothing but your designs. So we just go and add the tags at the background of your code, and the tags goes and creates a skeleton of your browser. Okay, let's see that in a practical way. Okay, today who's going to initiate your desktop and you wanted to present it so that I can tell you and you people can walk around and you can see what it is all about. Who's going to initiate and say that you wanted to share your screen? And I forgot that is all installed with Notepad++. Is all installed with Notepad++ software, which is more important. That is what I said about an IDEs.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So who's going to share your screen? See, I if you wanted me to share, I'm ready to do that. But there is no use if I go and put on my coding and show you that this is how it works. It's easy and it understands 100% when you are in the class. But you are out of the session and it reduces to 40%. And you have only an input of 60%. When you put down, then your questions rises and you come to know only a 10 to 15%. That's the reason I wanted anyone to take an initiative, share your screen, and I can tell you at the background what are the tags, how to make an element, how it can be projected. Is anyone there?
Yes, I can do it.
Awesome. Let
Yes.
can you share your screen? Can you open your
Yes.
notepad? Yes. Awesome.
Is it visible?
It's still loading for me. Is all able to see screen? Is all able to see screen? If you say yes, I can get started on that. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Yes,
Navin.
Navin, the first thing, the moment we get started on the ID of Notepad++, what we need to choose is we need
And
to confirm what language we are using. Yes, so we are
yes.
using an HTML, so we have to go and select something called HTML. Exactly. The reason behind, if you go and select that particular HTML at the background, the moment you go and type something with a tag, it will give you some suggestions, nothing but your IntelliSense. Okay, IntelliSense is nothing but, let's say you are into the Google and you are typing something and gives you suggestion that are you searching for this particular one, and that's called IntelliSense. Okay, let's start on that. Okay, so what is that first tag we need to go and tell to the HTML page? Hey, this is an HTML page. We have something called a tag name called HTML. So that the first header starts with a tag name called HTML. Yes, the moment you go and type something, it gives you a suggestion saying it like HTML. Okay. Okay. Remember, the more important a common tag. Wait. Please do not save it. Please do not save it now. Now, don't save it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the most important thing is like when you are opening with any of the tag, and that tag should have a closing tag. That's more important. Okay. Yes. You have to go and close that tag. Awesome. And make an enter. Okay, that's good. So inside an HTML tag, we have common tags which to be added for any of the pages you go and create it. The first thing is, to hope you remember on that day, I've said you that HTML is the first one. The second element is header tag. You need to open with the header tag. Sorry, no, it's not an header. It's called head, H-E-A-D. Awesome. Yes. Inside a head tag, we will be having another tag called title. Okay. Now, no, hold on. So any content which needs to be displayed, that should be between the open tag and the close tag. So we are going to give a title. Let's say today we will see a small form, how to create a form so that you will come to understand how what and all can be created by using an HTML tools. So we can have something called registration form.
Login page.
Whatever you wanted, you can give it. Registration is also okay. Login will have only your username and password. Rather, we can tell in the registration form so that you have multiple input text boxes. Registration. REGISTRA registration forms or form. However you wanted to name it. You can put it. Awesome.
So we don't need to have it inside the double quotes also.
No, not required. Any content or any sentence or anything in the paragraph, all you need to do is everything should be inside your open tag and close tag of the particular element. Now, what we go and say is anything we go and make it, we can now save it and see that in a browser first. Let's save this now. You can give with any of the name with HTML.
Can I run it?
Okay, now, yeah, you can run that. What and all the browser you have?
Chrome, Edge, and Firefox.
Awesome. Can you open all three browsers as well?
All three, okay.
Yeah.
How to do it? Come again, please.
I think you have to go and choose that. Instead of that, you can directly open from your search window. Just search that and you can open it easily.
It's not running.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's something. Now you need to go and copy that. I mean the path of the HTML. Where did you save it?
Yes, I understood.
Okay, now awesome. What is the other one? One dot.
That's
okay. You can go and copy this.
last section's questions, I think.
All right. Okay. You can save. You can open that copy as path and put that in a browser. This what you're seeing is no. You put that in a double quotes. You need to remove the double quotes. Now paste it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No problem. Okay. Okay. Here is the template. Now what we have added with the element is an HTML tag, then started with header. Inside an header, we have created a title. And inside a title, we have given a content, and that content will be showcased on top of your browser tab. You can see that on the browser tab, we have something called registration form. Towards your top, yes. So anything added inside the title, that will be showcased on the top of your browser tabs. Now, can you create this Chrome as well and IE so that you can see what are the differences you can see on with the elements, how the browser is getting rendered with the DOM.
So you have the register form.
Yes, same.
And this is Chrome.
Yes. You can see a difference in the browser itself. See, you have given something with the Mozilla. You see, before the registration form, it has an icon with different action method. And if you see that in another browser, you can see a different in it. See here. The icons gets differed on that. And in the Mozilla Firefox, you will not see any of the icons. Whereas in Chrome and other part, you'll see an icon based on the input what we are giving it. And that will take as a suggestion and it creates by its automatically and it gives you an icon. So registration is a keyword and a form is also a keyword. Based on that, an icon is created. These are called as browser plugins. It's an automatic plugins. However, we give a name with a key, it takes it automatically and showcase that on a browser inside a title. That makes sense? Okay. Now, can you get into that HTML page, Navin, again?
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Now, you have closed your header tag. Now next to the header tag, you need to open something called body tag. This body tag talks about the content which has to be displayed in the browser of your page.
Yes.
Okay. Inside the body tag, what we are going to do is we are going to add a couple of tags to it. Let's say div tag, div. It's called dividend tag. Open, then immediately close. Yes. So it will create as an entire block as a complete row to it. Now, inside the div tag, we are going to add and one more header part called h1 tag. You can go and give us h1, and inside that h1 tag, we are going to say it as any title can be given as let's say survey from or survey. Okay, now save this guy, and can you go and refresh the browsers and see what happens? You can just refresh that. No, on the yeah. All right. You can see another browsers too. You close one of the browsers, it seems, man. Awesome. So now come back to an HTML page. We have something written, a tag name called h1. That is called as formatting tags. Formatting tags is nothing but you can go and align your contents however you want it. Can you make that to h2? Okay, wait, hold on. Just copy the entire line, paste that next to it. Now make that h1 as h2 in the end as well, and put that in the next line as well. Similarly, you can paste that to one more line. Copy that. Paste that in the next line. Say h3. Awesome. Now save this guy and go and refresh in the browser and see what happens. You got that? So these kind of attacks is said to be a formatting tags. So it starts from h1 and we have till h6. So you can utilize however you wanted the header section has to be used through this format. So I'm just giving an example. You can try it out with other stuffs when you go and create your own pages. Okay. Now get back to this HTML. Okay. Now what we're going to say that we are going to create a form. That is, the form will contain your input elements. So inside it all should contains your div. So inside your div, you need to write. Yes, you have to make an enter there. You can remove h2 and h3, Navin. I just wanted to show that to have as a sample of. Okay, next. Yes. Now you have to add a tag called form tag.
Come again?
Form tag.
I can't understand you.
Form tag, form, FORM.
Okay.
Awesome. The reason for adding a form tag, so anything you go and add any action item that has to be created inside a form tag. Okay, I'll tell you why. So we go and create normal input text. Before that, we go and create a label for it. Okay, what is that label? We'll create with the name survey, right? So you need to have a name of a person. So you can create label. Okay, awesome. Space. No, don't close that now. Don't close that.
Okay.
Tag shouldn't close now. No, inside that, yeah, ID. You can double quotes, you can give an ID of that label. So given, hold on, please. To give the ID name, we have certain standards has to be followed for the label, text, button, and all the stuff. The ID, anything it starts with an ID, you need to label it as LBL. If it is a label, you need to name it as LBL, then the suffix to the name. Let's say inside the double quotes, you can give Navin LBL
LBL.
name. LBL name.
Okay.
No, I don't see any changes to it. I think you.
Double quotes.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the changes. Okay, now I can see it also. Yeah, inside the double quotes. LBL name is a single word. Double quotes. Yeah, remove the double quotes in the name part and make the LBL name. Yes, now have the double quotes. Before the L, you should have the double quotes. And then awesome. Yes. Awesome. So you have given an ID name as LBL name. The moment that any person who comes in and opens the code, he clearly understands that you have added a name with the standard name called LBL. That's a prefix should be added with any of your suffix. Prefix is always should be standard. It's called LBL. Label for LBL, and text file you need to add TXT, and for button you need to add BTN. Got it? That makes sense. So always remember, when you go and give your ID, the prefix has to be very standard, so that it has to be followed everywhere in your ID part. So for LBL, for label, you need to use LBL as a prefix.
Navin, can you mute your mic?
Okay, and for text, you have to add something called TXT, and for your button, you need to add as a BTN. And similarly for others, you can see that in the standard formats how to give your HTML tags. So that makes sense with an ID. Now you have added a label and you have given your label ID as well. Next, we need to go and say what is that. Okay, you can close this one ID. Yes. Now what is that you need to go and say? You have to name the label. Now you can go and name the label. Yeah, you can say it as name something, NAME, or whatever you wanted to give. Yeah, and close the tag. And that you can have that in a single line. That should make sense. Not to scroll to the next or break down to the next. Yes. Now save that guy and you can run that guy. You can see the difference. There you go. So you have added a name to it. Sorry, you have given a name, ID to the label, and you have also given the entity name of that particular label as name, and that got displayed in your browser. Okay, now go get back to your this one. Okay, now you need to, now next line, you need to add the text as an input so that you can get an input from the user. Okay, now you have to go and say, wait, anything that needs to be opened with the braces, not without a braces. So open that as a not the brace, lesser than symbol, and say it as input. input, we need to go and say what kind of a type it is. Space type. Excellent. Equal to double quotes text, text. It's going to be a text file. Close that, give a space. You need to give an wait. Don't close it. Give a space, and now you need to add the ID to it. And remember what needs to be given as a text. What is the prefix should be? It should be txt. Yes, and followed with whatever the name you wanted to give of that particular input type. Txt name, whatever you wanted. Okay, now close this guy. Oh, close with the tag. Okay, there are two ways to close this. The one way of styling this is the upper one. What you have seen is when you open the label part. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I can tell you later how that can become input. Awesome. Save that. Run this guy on the browser. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, what is that can be done? Can you come back to your text file? Okay. See, instead of putting as an end tag by using with the same name, what you can do is like when you get completed with your ID or anything, you can put a slash over there itself. Remove that input, Navin. Yes, the last one. Okay, before closing the tag, you can put a slash over here. Yes, exactly. Perfect. Run this guy and see. Okay, now remove that particular tag, I mean a slash at the end, and run off. Awesome. Save this guy. Did you save that? Okay, so what happens? I didn't give any of the tags, I mean the closing tag yet. Okay, now what I wanted is you have opened a Chrome browser, right, Navin? Just highlight the Chrome browser, click on F12. You need to open your developer tool. Awesome. So now you have opened your elements. You have something called console. Click on the console. Click on your source. There you go. So you have towards your right. Can you expand that a bit towards your left hand side? Yes. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Okay, what's new? At the bottom, you have called what's new. Close on that window. Why it's not rendering here? Can you refresh that browser now? Okay, have your click on the console on the top. Let's see and refresh now. No, it's not printing. Click on the elements. It has to get refreshed. Okay, and open the div part. Open the form. Input text is there. It's not in input text name. Awesome. Okay. So now go and refresh it. No, why is that getting explained? This has an issue with this Chrome browser guy. Okay, I'll tell you certain browser takes it automatically if we don't go and close that particular element. Let's say Chrome is a friendly, user-friendly guy. If you forget to add any of the closure element or an end tag to it, to your HTML, it automatically takes it. Few of the browsers will not throw error, but it will show as a warning in the elements or a console saying like you didn't add your end tag to that. Okay, let's say click on the I part and see. Internet Explorer. Is that still coming the same for the IE? Or have you opened that in an Edge? Edge will support even you don't add a tag to it. Is there an Internet Explorer or Edge? That's the difference between an Internet Explorer and an
Edge, Srinath.
If it is Edge, it will support. It will not throw any error to it. Just see on the
this one, Firefox.
Firefox guy will also support, I believe, because it's just an input tag, right? They'll support it. That's okay. Okay. So remember, okay, get back to this form. Coming to your loss. Okay, give us an end tag. But remember, you have to give your end tag. Even if you don't give, few of the browser supports and few of the browser doesn't support at all. That might cause you an error on that. Okay. Okay. Now we have added an end tag to as an input. Now. Okay, next line. You wanted to add a similar, you can copy that label and add the similar kind of a label and add 2 more text files. Any of the things. See, now you're given us name, and now you can go and give something called address, your date of birth, however you want it.
So for date of birth, the type is also text.
Sorry, Chandra.
The type is also text for date of birth or numbers or anything.
Okay. See, if you're going to add any ANSI values, let's say for date of birth, you have something called, you wanted to give 2319, whatever, 2000 or however you want to. If you wanted to add a slash or a hyphen, then it should be in the text font. ANSI. You're using an ANSI as a special character, right?
Okay.
Either if you go and use something called slash, either you can go and do something called hyphen, then it should be in the text format. If you put it as number, it will not accept any slash or hyphen special character values to it.
Okay.
Date address. Okay. So you have added address. So what can be done? See, address is not a single line text. It's a multi-line text, right? So how it can be written? Instead of writing as a input, we can use something called a text area. Text area, a single word text area. TEXTAREA. Okay, and now you need to say instead of ID can be there. Remove the type as text because it's going to be a multi-area. I mean multi-aligned text box, so you need to remove it. And remove entirely. Type, you have to remove the type itself. Yes. Now here you need to go and say then what it is the name of the text. It can be you can put it as name equal to description. Name equal to description or address, whatever you wanted to put it, you can put it inside a double quotes. Awesome. Double quotes, yes. Now save this guy, run on the browser and see what happens here. Why the browser is not taking? Has to take it. Okay. Okay. Instead of giving a description, put it as message. That should work because something. Okay, that you got it right. Okay, forms has got it. Okay, either the way. I thought to add as a message or an input text. Okay, now your browser has a straight line of your input text boxes that is not aligned at all. So what is that you need to do it to align it? You need to use something called break BR. Each of your end of your text files. So what is that you need to go and do? So next, at the end of line number 13, you need to add something called BR/BR. Yes, sir. No, you need to open your tag and yes, /BR. BR, B for boy or for rabbit. Excellent. You need to add for every text input files. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you have entered. I mean, the address is not. You need to add that before that. Just about to it. You added that to the label. You shouldn't add that to the label. Line number 18, you need to remove it at the end. Yes, sir. See, what you have arranged is you have made the row into a column now, and all the entities are a single line now, but still it needs to be aligned. The reason is it's like a zigzag way, right? Am I right? So what can be done? So what can be done? Any guess?
Using table format.
Okay, yeah, awesome. We can give it as a table as a parameter. Okay, so we have something called TR, table row. You need to create with the table and table row, then it works. Okay, now don't change anything You get back to your this one notepad, Navin, and
Yes.
at the end, please do not change anything inside a form. Now, what we are going to do is let's have this one sample, and next to the line number 20, get into the line number 20 and add something called table to it. Open tag with table. And now,
Close it.
yeah, you can close that guy. Okay, so inside the table, you need to add something called TR. And close the TR as well. Awesome. Now, what you need to do is just copy a label and an input text on line number 12 and 13 and put that over there inside a table row. Okay. Now all you need to do is save that guy. And, okay, run that guy. No,
The
address. No, can you come back to that? Okay, close this guy. Yeah, I just added a TR. Okay, table row, it takes inside the address. How come it has come inside the address? It shouldn't come inside the address. Okay, we'll do one thing. Line number 19, at the end, put a cursor and enter it. Now close this div. Okay, now you can't close this div because you have opened your
I
form.
can close and open another div, right?
Yeah, you can close that and you can open the another div. But what I wanted is like you have opted this guy. Okay, you can close this div now. And I wanted at the top, you have opened a form, line number 11, cut that and paste that at line number 8, entering it. Cut that guy, line number 11, line number 11, you have something called form, cut that, and line number 8 at the end, enter, and paste it here. The reason is the div is outside of the form. Okay. Now, I wanted to add a one more div at the line number 22. And close that line number at 27.
It's already closed here.
Sorry. Okay, it's already closed. Okay, copy that, cut that guy, put that in line number 34. Cut that guy, put at next to the table. Yes, enter. You can put it here. Awesome. Okay, now what happens? Let's see on this. This should not get messed up. If it gets, we'll see what needs to be added.
It's mixed up. It's messed up.
Why it is coming inside an address? If we have put it outside the div, it has to take. Okay, can you go and run another browser as well? Let's see.
It's all the three browsers have.
But why is that a code is displaying? Can you get back to the notepad? Let's see on that. What is getting messed up here? Okay. You have given a text.
I think this table won't come here.
That's okay. That's right. Table is it's an outer part. Okay, we'll do adding a TD before line number 25. Next to the TR, just add TD. If it is not taking with this, it has to take it. Okay, at the end of label, you need to go and close that TD part. Not entirely. Each one of the elements you need to close it. Yes, /TD. And next, open TD before the input and close that at the end. That is in, yeah, /td. Before that, you need to open it. Okay. So tr is row and td of this, each of the rows. Let's save this and run that in a browser now.
No changes.
Why? Interesting. Okay, if something is getting messed up. Okay, we'll do one thing. Remove the label. Just have something, a content name called name. No, yeah. Line number 26. Remove the entire label. Entire label itself. Entire line. Before till the TD, you need to remove it. Just put it as TD now, and give only the text as something as name. Now you need to add something called TD, then the name, then /TD. Yeah. Okay, now save this guy. Okay, it comes under the text box. Okay. Okay, now save this guy and run that in a browser. Let's see. Why is that is getting messed up? It shouldn't. What happened? Name, age, date of birth, and address is good. But something is missing. Can you open that address towards your address text box? You have something to squeeze it, collapse it, or you can customize it however you want it. Next to the address, yeah. Why is that this guy is getting displayed inside it? It shouldn't get displayed inside it. Oh, I got it. See, what is the reason behind? Anyone guess? You got it. So you opened a tag, you have not closed the tag. And you haven't said where it starts, but you haven't said where it ends. You have said where it starts, but you haven't said where it ends. So that's the reason this guy was taking an entirely inside that particular tag and it is displaying it. Okay, you need to add it. That's okay, you can add the TD. That's okay, man, that's okay. You can add the TD. That will have a perfect line. So now it will display it. Awesome. Now you can see something called name and the text. And similarly, can you get back to that notepad? Now copy the second one. Label and the input and add similarly to that inside the TD of it. Line number 28. Paste that. Okay. At the end of the label, you need to add something called this guy. And yes, even the BR is required at the end of TD. Okay. That's okay. You are right. TD /TD. Okay. And the line number of 27, you need to add something called BR. It's a break. Or that's okay. Please do not add. It's a TD, right? It has to take it automatically. run that in the browser now. Still expecting the browser, expecting the div. Okay, you have added the div, that's the reason it's state. Okay, go and add the BR next to it of each of the text file. Why? Did you add BR to it? And why is that? Okay, boss, you have made a mistake. You added a BR, but it doesn't have an end tag. Right. Can you go and what happened?
It's not working actually.
It's not
It's
working.
again yes, it's again coming in the row itself.
Yes.
I think we should take the TR.
No, that's right. That's right. That's right. It's working, man.
Even it's in row.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
in row.
column. Sorry.
Why it is not coming in column?
I don't know.
See your code. What is that you have written inside your table? Anyone can guess what he has written? I mean, what I say is what he has written, it's working in a browser. That is what I can say. What he has done on the Notepad++, it is working perfectly in the browser. Now we need to go and change, or we need to go and tweak a code so that it will work in a column way. What is that? Can you guess?
TR tag.
Excellent. Where it has to be added? Yes, where it has to be added? Any guess?
After BR tag.
Exactly. So remove that BR and add a TR. It's not TDTR.
Actually, here there is a TR.
What you have made is you have opened a TR, a single row, and added all your inputs inside a single row. You haven't told each of the input type or a label should have an individual TR, individual row anywhere. You have said all the entities has to be in a single row. That is what you have opened with one TR. You haven't said multiple TRs. Let's say now, line number 27, you have something called BR. You have to go and update it as TR. Just say it as TR. Yes. And line number 29, you need to say as TR. Yes. And line number 31, you need to say STR. Okay, that's it. And no, not required for Yes.
Shall I run it?
Yes. There we go. There you go. Awesome. So you got it. What is that? The difference between the TR. If you have that in a single TR, what happens? The entire row takes the entire entity is what you give as an input. If you say each entity should have a TR, then it aligns automatically. That makes sense. Does anyone have any queries on that, or any clarifications? Any questions? Anyone there? Any questions? Any clarifications you have?
Actually, Srinath, I have.
Yes, please.
Because of this TR and BR so complicated to know, right? Is there any simple way?
There now this is one way of doing it. We have something called list li. That is another way of doing that by adding a tag name called list, or we have another way of doing is by using a div itself. When you use your div, we have a concept called CSS, cascading style sheet.
Yes.
By using that style sheet concept, we can just add the class name and it automatically wraps the particular entity, or however you wanted to do it. That can be done through the CSS. Yes, there are ways. I'm just starting with one of the way. When we get into the CSS concept, you will understand that how it can be applied by using the div itself instead of using a table. Table is one of the way by using the HTML concept.
That's true.
Okay, that makes sense, right? Okay. Now, at the end, you need to add something called a button tag. What you need to do is like open. No, you need to do a TD, then open your button as a tag. Yes, now open button and type is equal to button. You need to say the type. No, that's right. What you have done is right, sir. No. What you have done is right. TD, open, button, button, sir. This is also a way of telling right button. Oh. Okay, now wait. We need to go and tell the type. It's a button or what it is. Type equal to double quotes button and yeah, you can close that guy and name it as whatever you wanted to name it. No, you need to name it before closing it. Remove the slash now. No, you need to hold. No. Okay, name. Okay, either way. Submit. Whatever. Slash. Right. Then rest needs to be closed, sir. You need to put slash TD, and where is your? I don't see something called a TR itself. Have you removed the TR?
No, it's in here.
Yeah.
I should add TR, right?
Yes, obviously. Then only that takes into single row concept, or else it will not take it to a single row concept.
Done.
Done. Now run this time.
So tight, small. It's so small.
Why? Button comes in a small, it should be big, man. Is that for all the browsers coming the same, right?
Yes, yes.
Can you come back on that? Okay, I got it. What is that? Is you have added an inbuilt name called name, and you have said like submit. That's an inbuilt name which takes as a submit, and it doesn't know what needs to be done on that. Wait, don't do anything. Now I wanted you to what to do is remove that name till the slash. Remove that slash as well. Okay, now close it. Okay, now go and give it as name. Oh, sorry, submit. I don't want to give this name. Submit. Submit. Okay. Now say it as slash button. Close the tag. Okay. Now it has to go and take. Let's see how it takes it.
It should be there or not?
It should be there. Let's run on the browser and see what happens. There you go. That the reason is the name is an inbuilt one. If you go and give for the button, it doesn't know what to represent with the name. When it is on other elements, when you go and say it as a name, then that takes as a name. For example, you go and see that as for the text area of address. What happens? That will not be displayed. Can you go and see that?
Yes.
On the browser, sir. Nowhere it has been seen inside the name is being told inside your element, but it will not be displayed in any of the texts. Whereas the button is nothing but an action item. If you go and say something as name and give the name of that, it doesn't know what to do with an action item. So that's the reason you shouldn't add anything inside your action items. Action items is something bad. You need to tell about the logics, what it needs to done when you go and click on that. Okay. Does that make sense? If anyone have any questions, stop me here. I can tell you what are the things if you have any questions on that. Get back to that notepad++. Anyone have any questions? Are you able to understand the difference between the tags, how to use that on the template over the browser? Wahid, okay. Anyone else? It's very a simple basic tag. I'm using it now to understand how an HTML looks like over the browser in different browsers. Anyone else, guys? Any have any questions? So I can move on to the next, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Now we have added a button and we have said like submit. Okay. Now before that we could get continued on that, what we can do is like I can tell you a small CSS that we can add that to the button. Okay, so that we can see how the CSS can be added either to the text or to the button. All right. Yes, sir. Now, Navin, on the top, next to the header part. Wait. It should be inside the head. It should not be outside of the head. Anything is written inside the head and the body. That's more important. So inside the head, next to the head, you can put an enter and go and type something called style. Style represents our cascading style sheet part. There's a CSS. Okay. Now, next line. No, okay, either way. That's okay, you're right. Enter, okay. Now you can go and give it as dot button. Dot button is nothing but your ID name. Whatever the ID name you wanted to give, you can put it as dot button and open with the curly brace here. I'm sorry, any ID name, dot represented with any ID name, and then you have to open with curly braces and close brace. Yes, you can close the brace now. Inside this curly brace, we are going to add how the button should be. Okay. Now, what can be added? We can say what can be the color of the button. You can go and give it as color. What color you wanted? COLOR. We are no more using COLOUR. Nowhere. Color. So what can be the color of this button? We can tell it as red, white, however you want. No double quotes. You can give it in as, because it's all comes under a curly braces. We need not to put that in a. Okay, semicolon is required if you wanted to add another attribute to it. Semicolon. Okay. And what else you wanted to give? You want to give the
Size.
Yes.
Size or place.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Next line, you need to tell font hyphen size.
Hyphen. Comma is a
Hyphen size. Hyphen, not colon. It's an hyphen. Small hyphen.
small hyphen.
Yes, sir.
How to
It's small
put it?
hyphen is like a small dash. That should be available.
Okay,
next.
hyphen. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Correct. Got it.
But man, forgot that. Okay, hyphen size. Okay, now comes with your colon. Then you need to say how many size pixelate you need it. So you can say 16px or 14px, 15px, whatever. That's too much, man. 16:16 looks big. Okay. Okay, awesome. Now wait, we will not add anything further to it. We'll see how it is now, how to apply that to a button and get that in a browser. Now, how we can apply that? Get into the button action item, button part. Awesome. Now, next to the button, before the type, you can go and say something called class. Equal to double quotes. What is the ID you have given on the top? That needs to be put it here. So ID represents with dot over there, but here you will not put dot at all. Just an ID name. We have added that something called button. Yes, sir. Double quotes. That's it. Save this guy. I think you need to expand that so that you can see your, or just click your cursor inside your address bar and enter it. It will come. Yes, enter it. That's it. Awesome. Does that make sense? This is how a class or a cascading style sheet is applied for each individual items. It's a very simple, straightforward way of doing it. So, do you have any questions on that? So remember, anything cascading has to be added inside the style, and it should have a curly braces. And when it starts with a curly brace, you have to make sure that you should have a formatted way of writing your cascading style sheet. That is on the CSS part. So currently we have said we have added with a ID name called button, with represents with the prefix of dot. Remember to add a dot to that so that it clearly represents when you go and mention that inside your button or inside your label, that will get applied to it. Try adding that to the label and see. Yes, sir, class. Before the ID, you can add that as a class and see what happens. Yes, Dharani. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Actually, I have one doubt about in the output page. If you want some gap or something distance from every entity, like elements, what should we do?
We
From
can
name gap or from between age, name, age, date of birth, etc. What should we do to distance each entity or element?
Okay, you wanted to have a gap between the label and the text. That's what you mean? Or
Yeah, sir.
okay, if that's the case, we can go and add something called a padding concept by using a CSS. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, okay, sir, fine.
Okay,
Thank
let's try this. I'll also tell how we can have a gap between them. You
Yeah.
can go and run
Okay,
this.
sir.
I mean, we'll add a padding concept.
Yeah, okay, sir.
No changes actually. Yeah.
That meant so much of okay. Name has been changed to gray. That is what you wanted, huh? Not visible. Okay.
Actually, I gave that one. Once again. I think I should increase. Is it okay?
Looks fine. That's okay. No. Okay, now we'll go and add one more class quickly so that we can tell what needs to be done on the how we can change that in the areas of the elements, however you wanted that in the browser. Okay.
Background. Right?
You can have something whatever the new you wanted to have. The one more. You can go and add an ID for it. Dot. A box something. Okay, inside the braces you need to add margin. We have something called margin, colon, top, right, bottom, left, whatever you wanted to give the pixelate of it, we can give it. Let's say give a space 10px. space 5px space 10px space 5px. So what it represents is when you tell a margin of the entire window, it represents top, right, bottom, and left. So top, it starts from the top, and we have to tell from the top where it has to go and assign it. Towards your right, from where towards your right, how it has to go and align it. From the bottom, where it has to go and align it. From the left, where it has to go and align it. That is what the pixelate we are given. Now, go and apply this to this entire TR. I mean, get down to this. The label, whatever you added it. Now, wait. Yes, inside the TD, right? Inside the TD, you can tell, or no, inside the TR you can tell. That should work.
Inside the TR.
Yes. No, inside the TR slash. Wait, you are added right TR that 42 line number next to the TR. Inside the TR, you need to add the class. Yes, inside it.
43.
Inside it. You have written open curly yes class. Then you have to go and add something called box. Yes, sir. Now save this guy, run this guy, and see how this is in aligned.
No changes. No changes.
Added to the TR, right?
Yes.
Class box.
That's
what you mentioned. Dot box, right? That's right. Okay, this comes under a table, so it will not go out of the table. So this will not allow you. Okay, remove that class from the TR. Put that inside the div. Inside the div of the table. Yeah, line number 40. Put that inside the div. Inside the div.
Oh, yes.
Line number, yeah. Now the div will change it to class. Now save this guy, run this guy and see. It's not moving anything. All right,
It's moved.
Okay, now how to see that a live part. Okay, now click on F12 quickly on the Chrome browser. Maximize your Chrome browser. Now click on F12 immediately. There we go. We have something as CSS written. You can have the CSS there. Block margin. What's that? 8 pixels. Not that one. What you can do is you have towards your left on the developing browser. You have something a cursor named cursor. Click on that cursor towards your right, towards your top left. Yes, and put that next. Yes, exactly. You're right. Div. Yes. Click on that. You have clicked on the div, right? Now towards your right, dot box is there. Okay. Click on that, any one of the margin bottom, however you want to. Double click on that pixelate. Yes. Double click on that. Double click on that. Yes. Now use your arrow up key. No. Wait. Yes. Can you see the changes? What and all you are doing towards your left, right, bottom? You can see that can be moved wherever you want it. The position is. It's in live, but it will not get affected to your code. But however you wanted to keep that in the browser, we can change it however we want. And finally copy that value and paste it in your CSS. And this will get affected permanently. That makes sense? Any queries, any concerns? Any questions?
No, sir.
Awesome. Anything else? You have anyone else? Because I'm going to give a break now for 15 minutes. You can come back by 10:45. You can get started on that. All right. Have a break and come back. Please come back by 10:45. We can get continued on this. All right. Okay, Navin. Thanks. You can stop sharing your screen. Uh, you all can come back by 10:45. We'll catch back by 10:45 and we'll get continued on this. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಓಕೆ ஆமாம் மேம் பரவாயில்ல மேம் ஏதாவது ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு 5 minutes தான் இருக்கும். Yes, sir.
So it's all back. Please put your thumbs up so that I can get started.
Yes, sir.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. That's good. Okay. Open. Yes, Navin, you can now reshare your screen. We'll get started on that. Navin is not back, huh? Okay, let's wait for the owner.
Sir, can you share your LinkedIn ID, sir?
Hey, sorry man, I totally forgot. Just hold on. It should be Srinath K. Where's this guy? Hold on just a second. Navin, once you're back, please share your screen so that we can get started.
Yes, I'm back.
All right, sir. So just share your screen. Yeah, you can share your screen now. I don't see. Okay, okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes, just a second.
Yes. Shall we start?
Yes. Okay. Just a second. Just a second. Anyone have any questions? So far, what it has been taught, the final one, which I said is about the padding part. The padding is nothing but however you wanted to locate your elements or your entity or your table, however you wanted to locate on the browser, you can have that by using a margin, top, right, bottom, left. That's the concept behind it. Anything else? You have questions? Okay. Let's move on and see. Okay, show me the browser. Okay, go and type your name, age, date of birth, and address.
Then Srinath.
what we do is like we do a simple, very simple logic, and that can be okay. What we do is like just hold on. Okay. Now we have to write a business logic. Let's say the business logic, let's have it as a very simple so that we can understand first what it is. Okay. So what it is like what we do is like we have added a name, age, date of birth, and address. The moment we go and click on the submit, we just copy. Okay, we'll do one thing. Let's see. Get back to the code. And come down. You have the IDs, right? What you have done here is wait. Yeah.
Yes.
LBL name. Okay. Line number 45. Try adding next to the ID as number 1. For all the IDs, just add number 1. Not that. LBL NAME 1. Yes. Exactly.
Done.
Add it, save that. Okay, now what I wanted to do, we are going to write a small business logic behind how we can write it. Okay, let's see that first. What we can do is just go and write a JavaScript first, and I'll tell you how this can be performed by using a JavaScript. Okay. We need not to say anything on that. Okay, okay. Let's go and write something called a script. Yes, sir, but it shouldn't be outside of the body. Let's have that inside the body itself. Yes, it should be inside the body. You can put that in line number 64. Yes. Now what we are going to do is just we have two things. We have added a couple of input text boxes on the top, and we have rearranged and maintained as a proper way of aligning the text box at the bottom. And we have two different IDs. What we are going to do is on the top, whatever we go and put that needs to be copied at the bottom. That is what a simple logic we are going to write it, and how this can be done. Okay. Now, for this, we are opting for the third-party name called functions. JavaScript. Inside the JavaScript, we have functions which going to help us do a business logic. So, Navin, write a function. Do you know how to write a function? Function name. Open and close.
Little bit, I think.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, what to do now?
Function name. Yes, function. And you have to name the function.
What text name?
Yes.
Next, curly braces.
LBL name. No, man. It shouldn't be LBL name. It should be a function name. So function name should not have this kind of prefix. So you need to write a function name. What is the use of function? See, okay, let's have copy text. Copy text.
Okay.
Function name can be copy text. COPYTEXT. Open and close braces. No, not this brace. Instead of this brace, open and close parenthesis. Yeah. Now open the brace.
This is parenthesis. That is. If you said correctly.
Yeah. Now inside the brace, I mean, this is parenthesis, right? I got confused.
This is parenthesis.
Okay.
This is correct. I got confused.
Okay. So inside the brace, what you need to do is like, you need to now tell to copy on the top text file and get that paste to the bottom text. So we can have something called document.getElement by ID. Put it as document, DOCUMENT. Document.get element by ID. E should be caps. These are the logic which is used inside the JavaScript to find out the values or an ID of a particular entity. Okay, so document.getElement by ID. ELEMENT by ID. B should be caps. By BY.
By
Y should be small. I should be caps. ID. Open the bracket. Inside the double quotes. Yes, inside the double quotes, you need to give the ID of that particular text value. What is the ID you have given? Go and copy
LBL name. LBL name 1.
Okay, no, not that one, which you should copy from the top. So LBL name alone.
We used 1.
No, at the top. You have two things, right? We are just copying.
Okay, sorry.
We are going to give an input on this LBL name, and this will be copied to our LBL name 1. Okay. Now dot at the end. Wait. We haven't completed. We need to get the value of it. Dot value equal to, paste the same thing, document.getElement ID. No. You need to paste document.getElement ID dot value till the value. Remove the LBL name. Now make this wait. Last, it has to be semicolon. Dot value semicolon. Okay, awesome. You have completed. Any given with a semicolon is a termination of a statement. Okay.
Okay.
Now small change here. See what we have given. Give a space between the equal to both the ends. Yes, give a space before and after here. So what we need to do is we are just copying it from the upper text and get that pasted in the bottom text. So the first half you have to mention something called 1, LBL name 1. Not there. Yeah, before that. Yes. The reason is towards your right, we are assigning the value to the left hand side value. So the upper value will be on the right hand side. That will be assigned to the bottom value. That makes sense?
Srinath.
Yes, sir.
No, I think first we are copying from LBL name and pasting name.
Yes,
pasting it in the LBL name 1, right?
Yes, exactly. So we are yes.
So here the LBL name will be the LBL name, and here should be the LBL 1. Right? The code is going like this or coming like this?
No, I'll tell
I
you.
don't.
Okay. See, towards your right, the statement what you have written is going to get that value from the text, and that needs to be assigned, right? That needs to be assigned towards your left.
Okay. Okay.
That makes sense? See, towards your right is the value where we are
Okay.
going
It's
to give
getting
an,
the
yes,
it's
the
getting
input
the
value,
value and
and
pasting
that
the
will
value
be
there.
assigned to the value where we
Yes,
wanted
yes.
to copy.
Okay, understood.
Okay, now what I wanted is save this guy. Now you need to go and call that function inside your button. How do you call it? Wait. It will not run at all.
Oh,
Wait, you have just written a statement. I mean, you have just written a function and you have told what needs to be done. I mean, the business logic, what needs to be done inside a JavaScript. Now this JavaScript has to run. If you wanted to run this JavaScript, you need to call this function inside your button. Get into the button, and next to the button, line number 54, next to the button, you need to write something called an action. On click. Wait, not an action is required. Just put it as on click. That's called an action event. On click. CLICK. Yes. CLICK. Yes. Equal to double quotes. You need to mention what is the function name, what you have put it over there. Copy text. Yes. Open and close.
yes.
Brackets. Now next to the copy text, you need to wait. Next to the before no. Next to the copy text, not there. Hold on.
Okay.
Yes. Next to the copy text, you need to put that should be inside your double quotes. It should not be outside your double quotes. You're calling a function. Yes. When you call a function, however you call that function, that should be mentioned similarly on the action items. Now what you have told, on click of the submit, you're copying it on the text of the first upper one, and that needs to be copied to the text of the bottom one. Save this, go and refresh it and run it. Let's say, refresh this guy. Remove. Can you go into the browser? I'm another browser. Yeah, this should work because this guy has a cookies enabled, so it is not erasing it. You can give a name, whatever name you wanted. Okay, now submit it. Just click submit. We haven't done anything, right?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Why? Okay, let's see, is that any error occurred while we submitting? Open that Chrome browser.
How to see it?
Okay, now click on the console towards your next to the element. Okay, now go and submit it. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Why is that? It has to work. Okay. The element does not have an autocomplete attribute duplicate form field ID. Okay, go there. What is that second issue? That's into mark. Open that duplicate form. No. Hold on the browser. Yeah. Something it says multiple form field elements in the same form have the same ID attribute value. This might prevent the browser from correctly autofilling. But see, an issue, validating mode. Okay. To fix this issue, use unique ID attribute values for each item. Okay, got it. Okay, get on to this guy. Now, what is the confusion is, if you can see here,
That all has the label one.
Yes, exactly. So we need to change accordingly. What needs to be changed at the first? We need to go and add address as address, LBL address, LBL age, LBL date of birth, DOB. Similarly,
The function also should be changed, right?
no, not required. Ah, yes, obviously, yes. Address. You can remove that one because we are changing that, right? Or on the top, however you wanted to change, you can have to change it uniquely.
No, we are changing here also, so it should be
Yeah,
one.
we have need to change it. Okay, remove one. Let's we have a. Okay, you have added it. Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
It should be there or not.
Yeah. Either you wanted to have or make it as a standard one. Yeah, you had one. Okay, that's it. One is added on all the values.
Done, I think. We should call the function again.
No.
For
Okay. Wait.
age.
No. That's right. Go up. I have one doubt on that. Go up. Scroll it up. On the top, you have given LBL name, and that is text name, and hold on, text age, date of birth. No, see, ID should not have any spaces at all. You should not give any space to it. Instead of that, you can give DOB. Line number 36, you should not give any spaces to the ID. It will get confused on the browser. Okay. And address. Awesome. Come down. LBL name, text name. See, on the top, you have given the text name twice. On the bottom also, you have to add one. Line number 46, you have to add one text name.
What should be added?
No, that's right. 46, you need to add one suffix in the ID of text name. There is a name called text name, right? 46. Before the double quotes, add one.
I can't understand you, Srinath.
Okay.
Can you please again?
Okay. See, line number 46, you have an ID name called text name, right? Before the double quotes, at the end of the double quotes, you have double quotes. You need to add one before the double quotes here.
Okay.
Because on the top line number 32, you have the same ID. And the browser is going to say that it is not a unique ID, you are getting repeated.
Okay. I think I should add her here also.
Exactly.
Text age.
Yes, sir. Date of birth.
Date of birth.
Yes, sir.
Addresses.
Now save this guy. Run that on the browser. Now run it.
And submit. Not working.
Yeah. It will not work.
Why?
Do you know the reason behind why it is not working?
I think I called the wrong function. I got it. I called the wrong function.
You called the wrong function in the sense? See, what you're doing is, what I said is at the beginning, everyone has to be very careful here. What I said at the beginning is, I wanted to copy the value which I'm going and typing that in a text file. But what we have did here, something called, we have, instead of mentioning the text box ID, we have mentioned the label box ID. The label ID.
I understand.
Yes.
The label doesn't consider any values.
Yes. That's the reason. So I thought anyone will stop me and tell me that, hey, you are mentioning only the ID part, you're not mentioning the, label part, you're not mentioning the text part, how will it do it?
Yes,
but none of you raised it and everyone
after the error, I got it.
I thought anyone will say that. Okay. So you should be very
All of this
careful. Yeah. So similarly, you need to go and paste the same thing. So what we require is we have to go and collect the text box values, not the label values. Okay. So you have to be more careful on that.
There is an error.
Cannot read properties of null. Okay, why is that? So date of birth, can you come over there? And the address part as well. What is that you did? Get back. Okay, you have given, that's okay. But it is not copying. The reason behind is come back to the notepad. What is that? Date of birth one. That is the name. Go up, just go up. No, the name what you have given is totally wrong. See,
Yeah.
you
I
have
got
given,
it. I got it.
yeah, date of birth over there.
What about the address?
Yeah, for address one, let's see what happens. You have given something called txt, but you haven't never mentioned something called txt over there itself. Go and see there.
Yes, TXT is not there. For date of birth also TXT is not there.
Yeah, you shouldn't mention. What is the name you have given in the ID? The similar has to be repeated. But you have mentioned here txt. That shouldn't be done. Address one. Yeah. Address. Sir, at the bottom you have given. Okay.
Sir, what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Address.
Go and see what is the issue.
Okay, cap C.
Yes. It's a case sensitive. Go up and see what is that you have given us an address here. Yes. Yeah, right. So always remember the ID what you go and give has to be the same in the IDs, which is it's a case sensitive one. When it is a case sensitive, if you give as a lower, it should be mentioned as a lower. If it is uppercase, then you have to mention with an uppercase. Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions, any clarifications, any queries for me on this? It's just a business logic how to get copied from your one text to the other text. Just a logic. So now what is an advance of it is like we can go and copy that to a server and get it deployed to our SQL part. Okay, so that's an advanced concept. We'll see one by one. So as of now, anyone have any queries on this? How to get your values and all those stuffs, and how to add your business logic inside your button or something like that. If anyone can unmute and ask me. No one has any questions? All are fine, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I can go ahead with
Continue.
that. Okay. Now, see, you have Navin. You have mentioned a text boxes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is that happens? Get into the browser. Now, immediately refresh it. Now, click on submit. Nothing happens. See, in this case, I wanted to make few of the text files as a mandatory. Without a mandatory, if I go and submit, it has to validate and say, hey, fill up this entity or fill up this field. Okay, so get back to the code. Let's see what can we do on
Srinath, I think. Hello. Hello. Srinath. Hello.
Navin, can you hear me now?
Ah, yes, Srinath.
Okay, awesome. So get back to your notepad.
Yes.
And on the top, you have a text file for the name, right? Okay. And what I wanted is before the slash, I wanted you to add something called required. REQUIRED required. Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Let's see what happens. Doesn't tell anything.
doesn't.
Why this?
No issues also.
Okay, we have to change this guy. But we change this guy, it has to take it away. Okay. Let's add one more point so that the browser itself can validate by its own. That's the reason it's not adding that guy. Okay, let's do this guy and see. Okay, on the browser part, it's expecting something to do with, right? Okay, you have form, right? No, get back to the code. We have something called form. So instead of adding our own customized validation, let's add that to the form itself. So line number 27, we have an inbuilt call over the internet. If you go and add that particular thing, the entire application or entire form will get validated. So let's form equal to, inside a double quotes, form equal to, inside double quotes, put a slash, backslash, action underscore page, action underscore page dot php is inbuilt one. Let's see whether it takes up or not.
Nope.
No, it doesn't take it. It has to take it by. Your thing is connected, right? Yeah, your thing is connected, but it has to take it. Okay. Action page.php has to take. Why this guy is not taking? Okay. That's right. What you've written is right. CTI. You've written action here. CTI underscore page. Yes. PHP is also right. Interesting. Just run that in other browsers. Let's see which browser takes that action underscore. Okay, just click on submit and see.
Nothing happened.
Other one, Edge. No one takes. Interesting. You've written get QIRED.
Shall we ask ChatGPT?
No, not requirement. This has to take it by its own because that's a common PHP which is written on the browser. It has to work. The required type is not changed. Let's do this. Next to the required, you have written a slash, right? I guess that should be an issue. Remove that slash. There we go. And now, wait. And now, before the BR, put as an input, slash input. Line number 32. Before the BR, yeah, input, slash input. Close the tag. Yeah, now run this guy, save that and run it. Let's see, because slash, no, that's right. That's okay. You can have that. That's a common action page. What happens is like the moment
Not working.
Not working?
Okay. No.
I just see that in other browsers.
No.
Edge, final call. Interesting.
Shall I take this and see?
No, that will, okay, you can remove that and see, but it will not work. Let's see. That's a common call through the browser. If you remove that, it will not call that submit.
No.
It will not work. That guy will not work. Or inside a form only, right? The form has to get validated by action. Okay. And if it doesn't take. Okay, hold on. Let me try this guy. Just a second. That's good. Let's see what happens. Why it happened? Come on. Just a second, guys. Give me a minute. This guy. Hey, that's working for me, man. What does that is like? It is like, okay, let's see. Might this guy have this kind of an attribute? Not sure. Textbooks. Okay, let's see this. Uh, Navin.
Yes.
Navin, we'll do one thing. On your page, topmost, before the HTML, let's render with document type and see whether it takes from that. Yeah, open it. Not equal to symbol. That's an exclamatory mark. Yes. Document doc type. DOC all caps. Let's have that in caps. Doc type TYPE space HTML. All caps, all caps. Doc TYPE. TYPE space HTML. Okay, now close this guy. Yeah, you can enter it. Okay. Save this and run. Let's see whether it renders with the DOM now properly.
Yeah.
Okay, get back to the code. Come down to the form. FOR body status, right? Okay. Form. Okay. You haven't mentioned it. Okay. Form space action. That needs to be mentioned. Action. ACTION. Yeah, equal to double quotes. You there, Navin?
Yes. Double quotes.
Double quotes slash backslash action underscore page. Action underscore page dot PHP. Now it has to taken from the browser. It has to take from the browser. Okay, wait. Now text label, what required field on the text part. It has to, and finally you're closing everything. Right. Okay. Okay, now you can save this guy and run it. Let's see.
Yep.
Hey, I think let's do this. We'll do one thing. Copy this entire thing. I think I have a doubt, like your it's getting hidden under that. I think it's working, but it's getting hidden. That is what I feel. Copy that and have a new HTML file and have only one text. Is there? Remove, make it as an HTML language, select the language as HTML. It's not waste much time. It's okay. Now what I wanted is like, I wanted to have all, remove this one. Yeah, from the line number 34, remove all. Let's have only one and let the button be there. Yeah. Remove the TD as well. Your TDTR, remove that at the end. All right, remove that action. Copy text as well. On click that function. Yes. Just remove the on click copy text. Yes. Double quotes. Yeah. That's it. Save this guy as an HTML. Just put as form or something, whatever you want. No, don't give space, man. Yeah, HTML form. Okay, now run this guy in the browser. You need to remove double quotes at the beginning as well. Remove it. Double quotes should not be there. If you put it as a double quotes, it takes as a string and gets started searching on the internet. Submit.
Not working.
Interesting. Yes, Mohammed.
Sir, button is outside the input.
It's outside the form.
Yes, sir.
My goodness. Come back on this one. No, it's where is that guy? No, not this one. Next one, man. Next line. Yes. Where is your button? Hey, button is inside the form, man. Remove your table.
Mention inside the input, sir.
I need to remove the table.
Yes.
Input button. And close the input, sir.
Come again. Okay, I understood. Shall we run it?
Here run. But the question is why you wanted to have that input. See, that's wrong. Totally wrong. See, what and all you put inside the form has to be get validated through the action PHP and
Sir, but button tag outside the input text, sir.
let me try this guy. Interesting. It's not working for him. For me, it's working. Let's see.
Can we compare your code with my code?
Yes, sir. You wanted. We can compare it. Let me share this. That should work. Okay. Let me know if you can see.
Sir, I think the closing form should be in the bottom of the page, sir.
Yes. Hold on. Let me pass on my code. Just a very simple code I've written and I've tested it. It's okay. I've pasted that in the chat. Copy that guy. This guy. Copy this guy and put that in the next Navin. Next window.
I'm doing it.
Copy this guy.
I think I understand.
We have another one, right? Yeah, the next one. Paste it here. Save this guy here and try running it. Awesome. See there. Go back. Let's see. What is that? It's a very simple form. I've added just a text area or either it can be whatever you wanted to add.
I got it, I think so. We should add the required in the text form. Okay, we done correct. Shall we add it in the here?
Text area. No, that's label, man. We need to add in the text box where it needs to be done. Okay. No, not that. That's a label. See, that's a label.
Shall we
never add to the label because the label doesn't have any mandatory to be done. It's all an empty blank where we need to go and add the required so that it works. That is what I did on the text area. Okay, let's see if this has to work. I got it. Okay. One more thing. There is something called. Okay, the action item doesn't work. I got it. Come back there. Scroll it down. Now what I wanted you to do is line number, wait. Line number 55, you need to remove the entire button format.
Okay.
Let put a TD nav. Remove leave the TD alone. Remove the entire button format. Yeah, from the button till the button. Boss, you have to go down with the TD. Control Z. Yeah. Now make the button as an input now. Remove the button and put it as input type and make it as an type as an input. Replace button as input. No. Replace button as input. Before the type, you need to add something called input.
1 second.
Sorry for confusing you. Yes. Input space type equal to make this submit. I got it. Okay. Problem is what we have used is a button. When we go and click on the button expects it to do an action event. When an action is performed, we haven't told the action that what needs to be done. So now the input type, we make it as an input type as a submit. It takes as a plain button where it doesn't have any actions at all. The form page will be invoked and it will trigger the validation part. You can save this and run it now.
Can we add the button action to the, when will we can add that?
Okay, I'll tell the button if you go and add it as a button and tell it to click. If you go and click on the button and if you go and add as an input type as submit, that action is totally different from the button action. I'll tell you why.
Yes, it's working.
It's working. The reason behind. Okay. What happens is if you go and add as a button, okay, if you go and give us an input as a button instead of giving like this line number 55, what will happen is that button will expect an action to be performed on that. If you make a click to that, immediately it expects something, an action to be performed. Action to be performed in the sense an immediate business logic has to be performed by using that. If you use this input type as a submit, it's a plain button which runs on the forum. It waits until the forum gets completed on any of the validations. It will not trigger any actions at all. That makes sense?
Yep.
Navin, we'll do one thing.
Yes.
You have copied that button, right? Put that button back.
No, I didn't copy the button.
You didn't copy.
Wait,
Okay.
I will copy this, sir.
Okay. No issue. Yeah, that should work. Okay. And now paste next to it. Okay. Now what I wanted to do is save this and run it once again. Click on both the buttons and see.
So this button doesn't work.
It's an
and
action
this
item.
button works.
Yes.
So now my question is, can I
I'll explain you. The difference between both the buttons. Click on the first one.
nothing?
Okay. What I wanted you to see is click towards your right. You have something called console, right? At the bottom of that, you have something called issues. Close that window. Now click once again the submit button. It's not showcasing you what is happening. Or click on the sources now. Let's see whether the sources has come or not. Okay, it's getting uploaded. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Now what I wanted is just click on the submit and see what happens now. Here you'll not be able to see it. Even the elements will not show you. Click on the network whether you have the round trip is available or not. Let's see. Now click on submit. Okay, nothing happens. The fraction of seconds as well. Nothing gets changed here. All right, click on memory. The final thing we'll see. I just wanted to show you all the difference, what happens between the submit and this submit. Nothing here. Memory even doesn't work. Performance, even that performance will not show. Network is not showing because it is not doing anything. Buffer range. Wait. Okay, now click on submit. Nothing is happening.
It's redirecting to another page, sir. So it's saying like page not available.
It is nothing.
Click on the first submit. Let's see what happens at least. First submit alone. No, don't refresh your performance. I wanted at least a milliseconds has to be changed. That's the reason I wanted to see. Even your console, okay, the page is in the fraction of seconds, milliseconds, it gets uploaded. Okay, click on this one, console. Console doesn't work because you don't call anything. That's a excuse me. That's a problem. Is if you have anything at least, see, not available. Okay.
Okay.
No, this will not work because we are not following any action items. See, the difference between a normal submit and the submit what we have written at the background as on click, what happens is like the moment you click on the submit, it takes a round trip to the page. The round trip to the page in the sense, it immediately calls the server. The first submit will immediately call to the server and does its action. Okay, the first submit. If we use the second submit as input type equal to submit, what will happen is it will not round trip at all. It will wait until the page validation gets completed. If the page validation is completed and there is no issue, then only it will submit for the server-side scripting. That makes sense? Guys, that makes sense?
Yes.
Submit will do a round trip to the server immediately. It will not wait for the page validations to be done, the first submit. But the second submit is like it will wait for the page validations to be completed on the client side. Once it is all the validations completed and the response comes as success, then only it will redirect to the server side scripting. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Awesome. What else is there? Okay. Okay. So far, what we have seen is we have seen a few way of writing. I mean, one way of designing a template through the browser, and we try to copy the contents from one part to the other part. And we have also seen a simple class writing a cascade style sheetings that can be applied to the button or text or a label, and which we are seeing that over the browsers, right?
Yes.
Now, I wanted you to do a small work. Okay. So you have a pen and pad, please take it down. So what I wanted is like, I wanted to have a simple template, similar kind of a thing with name called registration form. The registration form should contain a field names as name, email address, date of birth. Remember, name, email address, date of birth, and it should have a concept called radio button. It should have male and female, and it should have an address with multi-line text box. and your mobile number, phone number. 6 fields has to be there, and finally you should have something called submit. Now, the moment I go and click on the submit, it has to validate saying all the fields has to be entered.
Okay.
And when the required field all satisfied and click on the submit, it has to display in a label. You should have a separate label at the bottom or a table. However you wanted to display, you can display that either inside a table or either it can be in the label itself.
Srinath, come back in the last point.
You
What
should have a submit button.
Yes.
Once we click on the submit button, it has to get displayed either in the table. Table in the sense you have table row and table TR and TD is there, right?
Yes.
Inside the TD you have to display it. The values what you have put that in the text box, or you can use the label to get the displayed. You should have each labels that can be displayed the moment I click on the submit.
Okay, understood. We should create now.
Not now, it's a homework for you people. So before the next session, you people have to showcase me, each one of you have to explain me what you have done on the code, how this action works, and what you have done on that. And it's also happy if you can add your CSS part as well, cascading style. It's a simple CSS. You can go and write your CSS at the background and get that applied to your text box, or you can get that applied to your button or label, however you wanted, you can get it applied. Does it make sense?
Yes, Srinath.
Okay. So we have a lot more tags inside it, and I wanted your second thing. What I wanted you to do is you need to go and see the element tags. What are the element tags available? We cannot go and run all the element tags. That will we will be out of time. So you need to see rest of the element tags. You can put HTML element tags. Element. Either the way. Yeah. So these are the elements, what you can see it. We have drop down concept, we have link concept, we have link in the sense it's concept called href. The moment you go and click on that, that will be redirected. Yes, Dhasarathan.
Sir, can you please explain what you said the homework, right?
Sorry, your voice is breaking out. What is that? Can you come again?
You said some homework, right?
Yes.
Can you please say again?
Okay, what is that? I wanted you people to add the 6 fields. Make the title as registration form. And I wanted the fields as name, email address, email ID or email address, date of birth, and your whether you're male or female, that should have in the radio box, and your address and phone number. And now I wanted to have one more button called submit. The moment I click on the submit, the fields what I entered in the text box has to get displayed in the table, or it should get displayed in the label. Either you can put that in a label, or you can put that in this one. Date of birth, next to the date of birth you have something called radio button. Radio button should have male and female. That's all talks about the sex. You should have male and female as a radio button. And you should have next to the radio button you should have address. Address should be a multi-line text box. And finally, you should have a phone number. And all fields are required field validator. All fields should be entered. Then only you have to submit it. The moment I click on submit, it has to validate first. All the fields has to be filled. Then only it should get displayed on the label or inside the table. Mobile number, yes, and submit button. Yes, you can enter it. So what is much appreciated is like if you people also can work on the cascading style sheet. As I told you that just adding a style next to the header section part and adding your classes and get that inherited your classes inside your any of your buttons or your div or wherever you wanted, you can apply that and you can also have that as an example. All right. This is a concept of list. What you're seeing is UL and LI is a list. It will be a list-based one where you can project however you want it. And next to that, you can see something called CSS, how they are written for the list. There's an alternate way to write something like this, and you can have that. So what you're seeing is just, I have just initiated with a very basic thing in the HTML part. So I wanted you to do a complete homework on that so that when you come back on the next week, what it's a plan is like. I wanted to show you something apart from this. We have another concepts on the HTML. That's an advanced way of writing it. When I say advanced, sense, we will be much dealing with the JavaScripts. When I say much dealing with the JavaScripts in the sense, we will be writing the business logics behind. And we will be doing some logics through the JavaScript. And we will be showcasing that to the user by validating it so that the user understands what he has given an input and what he needs to do. And with that, we'll be working on the background also as well. Background in the sense, it's all talks to the database, right? So we also be working on the background. So make sure that you also get installed with SQL Server Express Edition. There is a freeware edition on that, Express. You can go and install that Express Edition, SQL Express Edition. You have 2019, 2017, whatever the version you want to install, you can get installed on that. Yes. SQL Server downloads. Now towards your right, you have something called download now. Yes, Dhasarathan.
Sir, can I use MySQL?
Yeah, you can use. See, there is a difference. Only the difference what you see is like by using MySQL or SQL or Oracle or OLEDB, whatever you use, the syntax gets differed slightly with each of an IDE or each of the softwares what you're using it. But similarly, if we use different SQLs, the way of having the connection between your client and the server may differ. So I wanted everyone to install the SQL so that we all.
I think this is not free.
So what is that, man?
This is not free, I think so.
That's you have to mention it as Express Edition, man. Express Editions are all free. Put as SQL Server Express Edition. Yes. and you can download that. There we go. Go up, go up, go up, go up. Yes, click on that. 2019 Express. Come down. You have download. Yes, that's it. That's it. So you need to go download. Come down. You have download concept. Yeah.
I think I already have this.
No, you haven't had. So you can use something a basic sort or customs. You can use the custom one and you can get installed, or you wanted to use the basic, even that is also okay. Either the way is okay. Accept and that runs. So you all can go and download like this the Express edition of 2019, and it will help you to download and get started. It takes max of 20 to 25 minutes to get your things installed. And once it is installed, you see like this. I mean, the Express edition will go and install the tools what it needs at the background. Once it is all installed, let me know. There is another software called SQL Server Management Studio where it's an IDE to be used on top of it. Okay, so let's not worry on this. First is the homework what I have given to you people to work on that, because the next session is all we are going to get into the JavaScript part. I wanted you people to go through on the JavaScript as well as a basic one. Let's say how to write a function, how to send the parameters inside a function, and all those stuffs. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to take it class on that, and I wanted to go just have a brush up and come back on that. But I've already seen. And currently today, what I have taught you is just a get element by ID, document.get element by ID. And there are so many ways to get your values. And we also be learning a concept of looping statements inside the JavaScript. All right. Do you have any questions?
I think SQL Studio. It looks like this, right?
Yes, exactly.
Error management.
Exactly. This is how it looks like. Yes, Dhasarathan.
Sir, now we use a Node++, right? Notepad.
Yes.
Can I use a Visual Studio Code instead of Notepad++?
Yeah, either the thing is works out. No issues on that. Any
Yes, sir,
idea?
actually, I have already used a Visual Studio Code, sir. So I have asked.
That should work. Even Visual Studio, that should work. You can go and do your HTML. You can go and do your JavaScript. Any AngularJS, Python, whatever you want to do. That supports the IDE supports that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
This is how it looks like. Your SQL Server IDE looks like this. This is how your database looks like. Hey, you already have, man. Why is that you wanted to install this one, man?
So you told me tell it.
I thought you don't have it, man. That's the reason I told you. Cancel it, man. Why you wanted to go and update your thing? Already you have it. Don't waste your memory. So I wanted you people to get ready on the SQL end as well, because we'll get started the advanced concept of JavaScript. I mean the business logic behind your HTML. And we also see how that can be moved to a background of your SQL and get that saved. Now, I wanted anyone to summarize what we have taken for today. And I wanted everyone to tell is what you have taught for the today is understandable, is understandable, and do you have any concerns on that? Anyone ready to summarize what we have taken for today? Boss, anyone is ready to initiate and summarize what we have taken for today? It's much appreciated.
Sir, do it, sir.
Sorry, Navin.
Can I do it, sir?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Today's summary is about, we just learned about HTML tags and a HTML element,
Hmm?
and thought about creating a registration form, and we can also use this to create a login page or etc. etc.
Mhm.
And we thought that how to install the SQL server.
What man, few of the things you have swallowed up. As you said, we started with an HTML is accepted. We started with a template over the browser. We have seen different browsers, how it looks like. Okay, the presentation of each of the browsers, how it looks like. And then we moved into the formatting of the text, alignments. And we started with cascading style sheet. That's called CSS part. And how to apply the CSS by using a class. And then we have written, yes, then we have written a concept called a JavaScript. The reason behind, we need to go and get your text values, and that needs to be copied to our other text. That's one way of doing it. And once it is all done, we had something called a validation concept, the validation over the page, how it can be applied, the concept called required field validator. And then we had, I've told you that what will be, I have given you a homework where you have to work and come back on that. And then we have something, an advanced concept of JavaScript with an SQL. Okay, that needs to be groomed up. Okay, what else? Is that any concerns from anyone? Do you have any concerns? Is that as understandable? Are you people able to understand what it has been taught for today?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Anyone else? Do anyone have any concerns saying like, I still not able to understand? Let me know in which part are you people not able to understand on that. Yes, fast. Wahid, Aiswarya, Atul Patel, Balakrishna, Chandraganth, Dharani.
No, sir, I don't have any doubts, sir.
Wahid doesn't have doubts. Awesome. Okay, Navin doesn't have. Anyone else?
I'm sharing this code with.
Yeah, you can put your, you can save your file and paste that in the text box, all the steps. Hey, someone asked me about the LinkedIn name. I totally forgot on that. My LinkedIn is
That's for me.
Okay, it's Srinath K. It should be there, Srinath K. It's my my email ID is like srimaya2006@gmail.com. That should be there in the LinkedIn. And you can search for Srinath K or Srinath Kumar. It should be there. You can search with Sri Maya. SRINATH.
Sorry.
NATH.
NATH.
Yeah, Srinath Kumar. KUMR.
Kumar.
It should be a guy named called an architect should be there, or else you can put it as SRIMAYA Maya. You can search with my email ID, that should bring it out exactly. SRIMAYA. You can rub it off the entire name and you can put as SRIMAYA.
SRIMA.
YA 2006 @gmail.com. Yep, enter it. No results. I think they've sent me out. Is that so?
I think you used it long time ago.
Okay. It should be under my this one or not sure. Let me see. Okay. Meanwhile, anyone else wants to tell about on today's class? Is that understandable, or do you have any concerns? A final call from my end.
So is the training only on Sundays or also weekdays?
I'm not available on the weekdays, man. I'm only available on the weekend. So probably this will be on the weekend, I believe.
Oh, so it's like 8 Sundays till June.
Yes, I believe.
Because like they said that from the second month we'll be having training for the entire month, and then during the third month we'll be having hands-on experience. This is something like that, sir. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then probably Pavitra, right? Pavitra.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can answer this question. What is asked?
What is
Yes, sir. Third month we give you a practical training. We told to them.
All right.
Okay.
No,
what
see,
are the
Pavitra, practical is like I don't keep it in a way like half the way of theory and half the way of practical. Every
Yes,
day is
sir.
a practical session for me. That's the reason I wanted today Navin to share his screen, and he's working on today. He has worked on today, and tomorrow some other person will be sharing, and they'll be working on that. Every day it's a practical session. I don't want to have a much theory part, rather having on the practical. So the most concentrate is on the practical part, where they can lively look into that and they can solve it on the fly.
Okay, sir.
So every day it's a practical. So no
Okay.
theory part at all. I don't prefer to have theory at all.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That's the reason. And the second, what is the question is like they have been told like on weekdays as well they will be having a class. I'm not sure on that. Need to talk to you about that.
No. Every Sunday we actually what we are telling to them is every Sunday we are giving a training to you.
Okay.
That's one. That's why that one is we are telling to everyone. Not weekdays we are not giving the training to them. Already we tell to them.
Okay, you've already told, but yeah, the question asking that it's been told like by next month onwards, it seems like they'll be starting with the weekdays as well. I'm not sure on that. That's the reason I wanted you to
It
talk.
was mentioned like the entire month.
Entire month from this month itself.
Yes, sir. Like the first month should be like we'll be working on database, and then from second month we'll be having like training, and third month will be a hands-on.
Yeah, but
Actually, we give some exercise training to them.
okay, you have a separate session is there on weekdays, huh? All right.
No, not weekdays. If they are interested, they do it on weekdays.
Hmm.
Or otherwise every Sunday we give you a training.
How can we practice on weekdays?
Actually, ma'am will give the clear explanation. Maybe tomorrow I ask her to ma'am about the clear about this question. Then I will give clarify them.
Okay.
We are just doing data entry on weekdays. Nothing other than that.
Sorry, it's not data entry. It's not data entry. It's data collection.
Anything.
Data collection in the sense, what is that you're doing? Is that as a
We are collecting the mail IDs from the colleges. Colleges mail IDs.
college mail IDs?
It's like going to our websites and collecting the authors and the staff's mail ID.
Authors' name, staff's mail
Feeding
ID.
it.
You are collecting an information from the browser and okay.
Yes, and making it as an Excel file.
Okay. So you're working on the weekdays.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the weekend we have our sessions, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm not sure exactly what's the plan is, but I think Pavitra, you can talk to your ma'am.
Yes.
And we can talk to all and what can be done on the weekdays. I'm not sure. You can talk to them and you can clarify that. See, from my end, guys, from my end is like I'll be on weekends on Sundays, so I'll be available for 3 hours of hours class. I don't want to bombard with lot of informations and put you on the head and you get confused. That's the reason I'm having a baby step, so that you all can follow it up and you can work on that. See, from my end, as I told you in the beginning of the session, saying like everything is a practical for me. Yes, it's a practical. I don't want to have it as a theory part and keep you giving a theory sessions saying that this is what it happens and this is what doesn't happen. That doesn't work at all.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, every day, every session will be practical for us.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, what we are going to learn on data analytics?
Navin, as I said you at the earliest, data analyst is a big ocean. You cannot have an hands-on over the night. To have an hands-on, what we need to do is like you need to understand how the browser works, and the browser in the sense how an internet works, how the people get started collecting data over the internet or from the data at the background, how they are analyzing it, and how they are projecting it either as a report or by using something called a Tableau or some
Dashboard.
business intelligence tools. There's a lot of ways. If I directly pitch into the data analytics and teach you, you will not understand the first working flow of it. From where you need to go and search it, you will not understand at all. It's easy for me to teach you saying like data analytics does this, and come back to the backend and I can show you the data, and I can show you a couple of scripts how it can be fetched and that can be showcased. That's an easy case for me. But I wanted you to understand and make it as a bread and jam for you, bread and butter for you, so that everyday life when you go and use it, you will know what is the front end, what is the back end, how you can project that by using a data analytics. See, the more important in the data analytics is the presentation and how you play around with your data at the background.
Okay, sir.
If you don't know the presentation and you know how to get the data at the background, people will have you as a technical guy, but they'll not keep you as an overall player of it. You should know from where to collect the data and how to get that posted and get it as a report. That's what data analytics works.
Okay, sir.
It's complete analysis part of a data. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
not the domain background where you need to go and analyze. It's a various, it's a various field where you'll go and searching all the data. So it's not only the banking domain, it's not only the financial domain, it's not only the healthcare domain. You people will be put up anywhere in the domain to get the data and get it corrected. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Anyone else?
Sir, there is any possible to create a WhatsApp group for clarifying doubts?
Yes, I remember. Pavitra, again, this question is for you. This has been.
Sir, I already shared this information to my ma'am, but till now she is not reply anything. Maybe tomorrow confirm I will tell to them.
All right. So either the way, WhatsApp group is also okay, or we can have a Google chat or something where you go and create a group of that so that people can go and post it.
Google Classroom.
Yeah, whatever you want, Google Classroom or Google Chatbot or whatever you want to have it, you can go and put it, create it. So make sure, Pavitra, your request is like next before the session, we should have something, either a chat box or a group where it has to be created so that the people can start contributing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I understood. Definitely, today I will talk with ma'am.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Anyone else?
Yes, sir. I given the drive link for the today's section's code actually.
Okay.
They can download the code from this drive link.
Awesome. Right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thanks, man. Pavitra, one more request is like let's have a common drive pool, like what Navin has put it from his personal. I wanted to have it as a common one where we can put our any of the what we are making for the day. Even the recording can be put it over there so that the people can go and download that and get that heard after that if they have it.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yes, Dhasarathan, you can go ahead.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
From our training session, what are the softwares we learned, sir?
Okay. The first one is all about an ID, integrated development environment. Either we use an Notepad++ or Visual Studio. We'll be learning it. Inside, by using an ID, what we learn is like we use an HTML concepts with a background of CSS, JavaScript, and then we slowly move into a background, database called SQL Server. Once it is all done with the complete process, you will understand the flow, how a user gives an input till the end. And now we slowly, as we are into the background, the database part, we have started learning on that. We will move into the concept of data analytics. The main concept is data analytics, right? So the much will be focused on the data analytics. We will be understanding how it is played with the databases. And we'll also be working on the reports, how we can create a reports based on what we have seen through the data analytics. And that from there, we will be looking into business intelligence tools. Any one of the business intelligence tools will be looked into it.
Okay, sir.
What else is you wanted to know? You have anything specific?
Is there any pandas like in Python area? Like Devi or any other software tools?
Tableau, like that?
Yes, sir. Power BI, Tableau.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
like pandas in Python?
Yeah, I agree. Any one of the Power BI, I mean, that's what I said. Business intelligence tools will be utilized. ETL tool.
Actually, Tableau is more better than Power BI, sir.
It's a one of that's what it's ETL tool. Tableau is one kind of an ETL tool.
Sir, it's not big difference. Power BI uses a less data set, but in Tableau we can use big data sets. That's the difference between.
Who said Power business tool in BI we can't utilize a bigger database? I mean, huge number of data. We can use a 1 million of record in the BI tool itself, man. But yes, Tableau is a bit different on the performance end. Tableau, the difference between the business intelligence and the Tableau is on the performance. Tableau holds of the performance. It takes care of the load balancing and all those concepts automatically. Whereas business intelligence, we need to take care of the performance as well as the load balancing concepts.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the difference we see that in the Tableau as well as in this guy. Okay, when we use the Tableau, there is another one also called as report creating. Whereas by using a BI tool, we'll have a report concept is different from the BI part. Whereas the Tableau has an inbuilt reports where it can be we can generate it easily. That's an inbuilt one. There is an advantage as well as there in Tableau.
I think Tableau will create a inside itself, right?
Yes.
Which one? I don't know.
Yes.
Which? Okay. So yeah.
Dharani, does that? I mean, Dhasarathan, right? So whoever asked me the question, does that? Yeah. But sure that
the Python is necessary for data list. I think someone asked.
Python. See, Python is one kind of an UI or an API call where it that's the reason where we can showcase that data is what we have taken from the background. It's not the Python is the most important one. We have various React.js, Node.js. Python is one kind of a thing.
Yes, sir. Python we can analyze the data easily, sir. We can measure data, split, and any correction we can use in library itself, like in pandas and other kind of libraries we can use it easily, sir.
That's what it's one kind of a way. I think one kind of a way. There are so many front-end tools, the client-side applications. Python is one among them. We have AngularJS as well. We have Node.js as well. If you ask me Python is better than anything else, I'll say Node.js is better than anything.
Okay.
Just surf it and come back. We'll talk on this Python. Sure. We'll also get into the Python as well.
Okay, sir.
All right. Anyone else? Anything else? Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I have doubt in today's classes, sir.
Sorry, you have?
I have doubt in today's class. One of the line.
Yes.
We have inserted the line form action page.php, right?
Yes.
What is the use of it?
That's an inbuilt call. I mean, over the browser. If you have an internet connected on live, if you go and use this particular action method, there's so much of action is available on the net. What it does is like we need not to write the code at the background. Okay. The code is already available on the internet. So when you use this in the browser, it automatically gets the input, what and all you put that inside the forms. And if it has a value called required, the input ID will be the input particular ID, the where and all you put the required, that ID will be sent inside this action_page.php file. And it will validate and say whether the particular text, I mean the ID has a value or not. If it doesn't have, it immediately responds saying like this particular ID is to be filled. Okay. So instead of writing those codes, it's already available in the net. We need not to download that. That will validate over the browser itself. That's a quick way of writing it.
Okay.
Now you know it, right? Everything has come over the cloud part. Less the code, more on the clouds. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Final call. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyone else? All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time. Please go through your homework, what it has been given for today. Let's meet up all in the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your useful training.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Srinath. Happy weekend.
Yeah, happy weekend. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.